to be completely honest with you, before I built structure in my life, I used to waste over $3,000 a year on takeout. That number might sound shocking to you, but I was a high-functioning corporate professional who spent her entire lunch hour walking to the food truck outside the office, ordering Uber Eats after a late meeting, or swinging through the mall for an impulsive afternoon snack every single day. I was dealing with chronic stress, hormonal issues like PCOS and insulin resistance, and I was exhausted. I was successful professionally, but my food habits felt inconsistent, chaotic, and frankly, I was ashamed of them. I used takeout as a reward for surviving the day, telling myself I really deserve this break with my coworkers. But that reward wasn't relief. It was a financial and metabolic bleed that left me feeling more broke and more out of control, just more tired overall. And that scale really reflected the chaos in my life. I want to show you exactly how to stop that financial leak right now in this video. If you're watching this, you probably look at your food spending the way I used to, as a random expense that just happens every single month. But I'm here to tell you that you are capable of really changing that narrative for yourself. And if you don't know, I'm Akima, and I went from being stressed and financially drained to a woman who is structured, calm, and proud of her predictable routines. My 80-pound transformation started when I got honest about where my money and energy were really going to. Food is an investment, not an expense. So I help ambitious women just like you who are crushing it professionally but feeling inconsistent and really ashamed in their kitchen learn to lead themselves with meal prep. We stop focusing on restriction and start building repeatable systems that simplify everything for us. So today, we're going to dive into the absolute hidden cost of really just being convenient, showing you exactly where those thousands of dollars are going and giving you some quick tips to take back control of your finances. So I want you to go ahead and ask yourself, where is your money actually going? The problem is that $15 lunch for 3 times a day, 5 days a week, that's easily $225 on fast food for one person. In a month, that's $900. So we need to stop the impulsive buying and disguising it for a reward. This is the biggest financial trap. Emotional eating does not happen at night. It happens when you're out, rushing and feeling that sharp drop of energy. You grab the coffee, you grab the pastry, and the quick fix lunch because you believe that you deserve that instant relief. These are all unplanned, high-cost purchases that are driven by your stress, not your hunger. But now, I really want you to go ahead and think about the last time that you used Uber Eats. You pay the cost of the food, the delivery fee, the service fee, and then the tip. The average consumer often pays 25% more for delivery than they would in dine-in. So when you order takeout because you are stressed, you are literally subsidizing your lack of planning. This delivery tax on stress is a predictable penalty for not having a safety net meal ready to go. What about spoiled groceries, aka a wasted investment? If you ever found wilted spinach, brown bananas, or questionable chicken breast at the bottom of your fridge, you have definitely experienced the financial drain of spoiled groceries. You purchased those items because you had the best intentions, but because of your lack of having a system, they really went bad. You are losing the money you paid for the food and the time you spent shopping for it. This organization is a guaranteed system failure that keeps you feeling broke every week. And emotional eating itself costs money because it often leads to buying specific comfort foods outside of your plan, which then disrupts your energy and causes you to seek out more impulsive foods. This stress eating cycle is really always connected to some type of hormonal imbalance like PCOS. It keeps you reactive instead of consistent. So if you still think meal prep doesn't impact your budget, let's look at the numbers, guys. This comparison really shows my own spending shift from a typical high-stress corporate week to a structured, planned week. Let's go ahead and go back to that example from earlier. $900 on takeout in a month. Crazy. Now, let's compare that to a structured week. You may have a weekly budget of $120, and that's $480 compared to $900 a month. Over a year, The structured approach saves you $5,460 compared to the chaotic takeout spending. So you're literally funding a vacation, a car payment, you're funding a investment, put it in some stocks. But that financial calm that structure provides is essential first steps for really healing your metabolism and ending that shame cycle. All right, now if you're hearing that breakdown already and it makes you feel overwhelmed and you're here thinking, Akima, I know I need to save money, but I honestly don't have the time right now. The holiday season is coming up. Oh my gosh, I don't have time to chop all these vegetables. I hear you. That is the exact struggle I face, and I needed something that could remove the thinking and the impulse decisions on those high stress days, especially like next week. That's why I am so proud to partner with Hungry Root, because Hungry Root is literally the ultimate bridge for ambitious women who need structure but really cannot afford the time and cost of planning, shopping, and prepping every single night. So how it works is you fill out a quick quiz about your goals, then they fill your cart with pre-portioned simple ingredients and recipe ideas, eliminating the impulse buys and guaranteeing you have high quality, high protein safety net meals ready for you to use. So you can use code Akima at checkout to save you 40% off your first box, and the link for that is going to be in the description below. Really guys, the goal is to create structure so solid that consistency becomes automatic regardless of how you feel. And honestly, you need to plan for chaotic days, not just perfect ones. A safety net meal, a pre-chosen high protein meal, whether that's assembled shrimp bowls or a 2-minute microwave meal from Hungry Root, when you choose your safety net in advance, you're literally removing the choice of that moment of stress. This intentional predictability is what calms your nervous system and really helps stabilize metabolic health. Honestly, I find that this is where everything really changed for me when I stopped trying to wing it and started feeding myself and leading myself like the woman I really wanted to become. Strong, confident, capable, and in control of my system. So I just want to let you know you're not flawed, your system is. And your system can be fixed. So if you're tired of feeling ashamed of your food habits and ready to use structure to create real financial calm, it is time for you to take action, girl. If you want an easy place to start that really removes the thinking and planning, you should try Hungry Root. Use code Akima. It saves you 40% off checkout of your first box. And I really want to thank you guys for watching. Remember that you are really stronger than you think. Your system is the problem and you can fix it. Go build the life that you deserve, and I will see you in the next video.